This exercise, we're going to introduce the release command by teaching the dog a proper sit exercise. This means that they sit down the first time you say it and wait for the release command before they get up. The first step is to ensure the dog understands our verbal cue, which is the word sit. We do this by saying the word clearly and loudly so the dog can hear us, using the treat in front of the dog's nose and lifting it over their forehead. As the dog's head follows the treat, they're not going to be able to look up far enough and the back end will go down. After a few repetitions, the dog will no longer need the lure so close to its nose. You'll be able to give the sit command and the dog goes down. Then you will start working on your patience by having them wait a few seconds before giving them their treat. We are not adding the release command yet. We are just working on patience. Your dog may begin to jump up or bark because you are not giving them the treat fast enough. They are used to getting it right away. This is fine and part of the learning process. You just want to reinforce the sit and only reward after they have sat for a couple seconds. Once they can sit for a few seconds, we are going to introduce the release command by having them sit, giving them the treat right away for sitting, but instead of them thinking the exercise is over, if they try to get up, stop them with spatial pressure or with upwards leash pressure, and then throw the treat on the ground to indicate the sit is over. The release command is extremely important and will play a big role when working on your duration later in your obedience program. You want the dog to understand that when you ask it to sit, it doesn't matter what's going on around him. He needs to ignore everything until you have given the release command. So even though there's a toy being thrown around here, the dog is not allowed to get the toy even after they have been given the treat because they have not heard the release command yet. This exercise will also improve your dog's safety so they understand that even though they see something they want to go see, like your neighbor or another dog across the street, they wait till you say it's okay. Your last challenge will be to ensure your dog is waiting for that verbal release by having them sit, throwing the treat on the ground, and reinforcing that they wait for the verbal cue.